There might be a 14-year gap between The Incredibles and its sequel, but that didn't stop fans from crowding the theaters on June 5th, 2018. The Incredibles 2 was everything we'd expected and more. We loved how Violet, Dash, and Jack joined forces to save the day, but surprisingly, many scenes didn't make the final cut. Watch until the end to find out which deleted scene could have led to a very different ending.
Oh my God. Yes.
Selfie time. Here's something we never thought we'd see. Dash and Violet taking selfies together. This deleted scene starts off with Dash flashing a camera into Violet's face despite her cries of protest. The siblings start fighting and soon the entire Parr family has come into the shot. Helen snatches the camera out of Dash's hands and creates a self-made selfie stick with her rubbery arms. This scene is absolutely hilarious. However, it's easy to see why it got cut from the movie. It's way too futuristic. After all, Incredibles 2 is set to take place in the late 60s, which is a selfie stick-free era. Look at how annoyed Violet looks. She's definitely experiencing adolescence. Edna gives a house tour. This deleted scene is super funny, and it showcases one of our favorite characters. Edna Mode is giving Helen and Bob a tour of her house. She's briefing them on their newest security system, and by the looks of it, they're going to need it. After all, Jack's powers are out of control. She points out that the system can detect if people are sneaking in and sneaking out. Right then and there, Edna stops Violet from sneaking out of the house, proving that the system works. She also points out there's a built-in fire extinguishing program, and she does this in the nick of time because Jack soon bursts into flames. Discussing supper plans. Who doesn't like a good old pun or two? Well, apparently director Brad Bird isn't a fan because he cut a really punny scene out of the film. In this deleted scene, we see Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl taking on a monstrous drill. Despite the hectic scenario, Helen asks Bob if he can prepare dinner tonight, and he tells her he can't because he's got his hands full. This is pretty obvious considering he's trying to stop a huge drill from tearing up the city. Bob goes on to ask if Helen can do it instead, and the scene flashes to Elastigirl stretching her body to prevent a train from colliding with the sidewalk. The scene ends with Elastigirl telling her husband that she can't because she's a little tied up right now.
Oh my God.
Violet gets her payback. This deleted scene didn't make the cut, but that's only because the movie had to be shortened to make room for more crucial scenes. We see the Parr children eating breakfast while their parents chat in the background. Dash uses his powers to quickly steal Violet's milk when she goes to reach for it. Dash is laughing at his prank, but he stops giggling when Violet puts a force field around her milk bottle. At this point, Jack starts laughing at Dash, proving that he'll be taking his sister's side more often than not. Jack's mess. Raising kids is not an easy job, so it's safe to say that doing it on your own is even harder. We see Bob struggle to take care of his children throughout Incredibles 2. But what was once a mediocre job turns into a challenge when Jack starts experiencing powers. In this scene, we see Bob cleaning up after a very messy Jack, and just when he thinks that the job is done, Jack surprises him with his laser beam vision. If this was supposed to be Jack's big power reveal, we're happy it was cut. After all, we much prefer the scene where Bob stumbles upon his baby fighting a raccoon. Edna babysits Jack. Edna Mode doesn't normally agree to babysit. However, she fell for Jack's charm when he showed her his powerful abilities. Fans were upset that they didn't get to see the events that transpired between the fashion designer and the Parr baby, but luckily there's a deleted scene for that. Although it may have been cut from the movie, it's still super adorable and entertaining. In this scene, we see Jack exploding with numerous powers. In fact, he turns into static energy at some point and causes a power outage in Edna's mansion.
Edna will take care of everything, so drive safely and goodbye. I enjoy our visits.
Honey almost made the cut. Fans have long since given up hope when it comes to seeing Honey flash across the screen. Frozone's wife remains a mystery, which only adds to her character's great appeal. Believe it or not, but Brad Bird almost agreed to putting an end to the decade-long mystery. Honey was supposed to appear in the sequel's opening scene. Frozone's wife would have come off as a normal civilian at first. That is until she revealed her identity by pulling Frozone's suit out of the closet. Brad wanted fans to be surprised by her appearance. However, the director chose against opening Pandora's box. Runaway train. Parenting roles were reversed in Incredibles 2, placing Elastigirl on the front lines while Mr. Incredible took on the role of the stay-at-home dad. Seeing Elastigirl stop the runaway train was definitely an action-packed moment, which is why we couldn't imagine the movie without it. Coincidentally, the train scene was never supposed to be a focal point of the movie. The director wanted to keep things short by making Elastigirl save the train by simply pulling on the brake lever. Luckily, they chose against the simple scene and made it one to remember. Without it, we wouldn't have seen just how incredible Elastigirl really is. Helen made scaling a building on a motorcycle look easy. The timeline. Although this technically isn't a deleted scene, it's an alteration that could have changed everything we know about Incredibles 2. Originally, Brad Bird wanted to make the sequel age-appropriate, meaning that 14 years would have also gone by for our favorite heroes. Can you imagine seeing a teenage Jack-Jack, a grown-up Dash, and an adult Violet? Because we sure can't. Thankfully, producers chose not to go in that direction and left the aging process behind altogether. This way, they could really capitalize on Jack-Jack's power reveal and the family's stellar dynamic. Would you have liked to see the Pars all grown up? Let us know which version you would have preferred in the comment section below. The original screenslaver. Although it might be hard to believe, Evelyn Dever wasn't originally supposed to play a villain in the sequel. Instead, Brad wanted Winston to be the evil genius behind Screensaver. In fact, the director said that he must have scrapped 2 movies worth of scenes before deciding to make Evelyn the movie's big bad. Evelyn kept a low profile throughout the film, so it was much more shocking to find out that she was behind the villainous Screenslaver. The movie would have taken an entirely different direction if Winston hadn't been pegged as a happy-go-lucky character. So which one of these deleted scenes was your favorite? Sound off in the comment section. Give this video a big thumbs up if you love The Incredibles as much as we do. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos like this one to come your way. Thanks for watching and see you next time on The Things.